Okay, here's an example that we're being given where we need to select, well, two people are selected without replacement from a group of three. We got Annabelle, Brody, Chris. Okay, and the question's asked us to list all possible combinations for the selection using a tree diagram and find the probability that you're going to have Annabelle and Brody, Chris, and then Chris or Brody. So let's start with a tree diagram. So to begin with, we've got three choices that can be made. We have Annabelle, Brody, and Chris. Now, since the people are selected without replacement, that means if we select Annabelle, we have to select either Brody or Chris next. If we select Brody, we have a choice of Annabelle or Chris. And then if we select Chris first, we have a selection of Annabelle or Brody. And what that does, that leaves us with the outcomes of Annabelle and Brody, or Annabelle and Chris, Brody and Annabelle, Brody and Chris, Chris and Annabelle, or Chris and Brody. So we're going to use this tree diagram to help us with part B, part 1. It says find the probability that the selection will contain Annabelle and Brody. So we have to look at our outcomes, and we have Annabelle and Brody here. And if we scroll down, we've got Brody and Annabelle here. And out of the rest of the options, there's no more B and an A. So that gives us the probability of A and B equal to 2 out of a possibility of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 6, which when we simplify it, dividing the top by 2 gives us 1, but dividing the bottom by 2 gives us 3. So we have a probability of 1 in 3. B part 2 is saying that the selection will contain Chris. So again, we come over to our outcomes and we say Chris is 1 there, 2, 3, 4. So we have probability of having Chris in the mix is going to be 4 out of 6. Again, we divide and simplify. So we have 4 divided by 2 is 2, 6 divided by 2 is 3. And then for part 3, we have that the selection will contain Chris or Brody. Now if we go down from here, we have Brody in that one, so that counts. Chris is there, that counts, that's 2. Brody, 3. Brody and Chris, 4. Chris, 5. Brody and Chris again, 6. So for part 3, our probability with C or B is going to tell us that we have 6 out of 6, which is a 1. So no matter which selection we get, we're going to get Chris or Brody.